My family runs a shipping business in San Francisco. We used to have 2 ships a week to Tokyo. We've been in shipping for 2 generations, Hank. I've never been on a voyage anywhere. I feel like Odysseus in the beginning of his journey.
The Odyssey took 10 years, Cole.
This is the American century. America can rule the world after we win this war.
We need to stay alive, Cole. These men are counting on us. Have you heard what the veterans are saying to each other?
No.
Golden Gate in 48. That's 4 more hard years of fighting.
Phelps, Bukowski, you have a new case. 2 women, possible drink drive.
How is that a case?
The broad says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her.
Where did this take place?
That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
A Chevy Styline took a nosedive off the escarpment, fetched up underneath a Cola King billboard. Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
The thing was, he was a really nice guy. I felt lousy collaring him.
See you later, fellers. Try not to work too hard.
Look at you, bantering with the boys. Brings a tear to my eye watching my caterpillar grow wings.
I'm just trying to fit in.
Educated, hardworking, straight as an arrow. I hate to break it to you, Cole, but you'll never fit in at Central.
The life of a cop isn't all black and white. The people who you were sworn to protect can be some of the most evil people you'll ever meet. No matter how evil a person is, you have to do your job, Cole, even if it will land you with a pistol pointed at your back. Bukowski is right. Cole will never fit in at Central. He's a guy who does his police work to the best of his ability, going the extra mile, has a natural talent for solving cases, and truly believes in justice and trying to make a better world. So, he'll never fit in at Central, but so many guys just hoping to do the bare minimum and get all the praise.
Stop just ahead.
And we almost crashed. But we make it to the scene.
Her face looks familiar. Well, that's June Ballard, Tarzan's sister, Beast of the Amazon. She's married to Guy McAfee. The captain has moved to Vegas now, but the 2 of them still have juice.
Phelps, traffic.
Detective Phelps. Hey, Bukowski. Long time no see.
You could have called this in by megaphone, Enrique. Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight.
What do we have, Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off the side of the escarpment. Her story is that a movie producer doped her and her friend and sent the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering. If she hadn't hit that billboard, we'd be scraping both of them off the pavement. Passenger's a Jessica Hamilton. She's just a kid. She's pretty knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They've taken her to Central Receiving. If you want to take a look around, you can stall the ambulance.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. She cuts rough.
If you're looking for the coroner, he's down by the crash site.
We'll go down and visit Carruthers before we talk to Miss Ballard.
You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk. And that isn't even the best part.
We'll take a look inside first.
Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have been unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
And then we'll take a look the trunk.
They've been torn off. Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
She's a long way from home.
Let's read this letter. So this was sent December 29th from North Ashton Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53202. The letter reads, Dear Jesse, please, please, dear, come home. If you're worried about your father, don't be. All is forgiven. He has a hot temper and he can be very proud, but you're still his little girl. He loves you. I know he didn't mean those things he said. You're a good, decent girl, dear, and you're not made for Hollywood. I was 15 once myself. I wanted to be just like Clara Bow and wear lovely dresses and kiss handsome men. But once I grew up and married your father, I realized I would have never been happy in that life. You'll realize it one day too. I'm sure Aunt Junie is looking after you, but I can't help worrying. You know what your old mother is like. The world is a very dangerous place for young girls, especially ones with stars in their eyes. Stars are nice to look at, but sometimes they can blind you to what's right in front of your nose. Emma and Molly miss you awfully. Emma's getting so pretty now, and little Molly is bright as a button, just like you were at her age. They need their big sister to look out for them. Dear, dear Jessie, please come back. I'm frightened for you. I can't help feeling something terrible is going to happen. I cry for you every night. Your loving mother, Camille Hamilton. So this poor girl ran away from home after getting into a fight with her father. And now she's in a hospital. And in her handbag that she left at the scene is a pair of ripped underwear. We'll talk to Carruthers.
Drunk driver?
Maybe not.
How so?
Well, a head I found without a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of curio or movie prop. See the casting marks?
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead. Never the same, are they?
How does someone manage to tip their ride straight off a cliff? And if the driver's in a fit state, we should ask.
Okay, I understand why they don't invite you out for drinks, Cole. I understand. Like, this man really does quote Shakespeare. I was joking. Now it's time to talk to Miss Ballard.
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard. You might be familiar with some of my work.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop. Maybe a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of Beast of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
Well, that was rude. But let's ask her about this drugging she claims she and her niece were victim to.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. Who did this to you?
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
Well, we don't have the evidence to accuse her, but she knows exactly who drugged her, because she says...
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn.
It looks like good cop is going to get us nowhere with Miss Ballard, so we're gonna have to play rough.
It's a serious offense to withhold information from the police during a criminal investigation, madam.
I told you to call me June. You're making me feel like an old lady. And don't bother your handsome head about this. My husband will settle the score with Mark Bishop.
And we got a name, Mark Bishop. Let's ask her more about her injured friend, but we know her friend is her niece.
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies. What more can I say?
What more can she say? Something awful happened to her niece, and what more can she say? We found ripped underwear in Jessica's bag, so there's a lot more she can say, so we're going to accuse her.
I think you're lying, Mrs. McAfee. I think something happened to Jessica yesterday before the crash.
I'm offended, Sunshine. Do you have any proof?
Miss Hamilton's underwear were physically torn from her body.
She wanted to go to a casting. I took her to a casting. Whatever happened after that is between her and Mark Bishop.
Let's ask her about the shrunken head that was found wedged to the gas pedal.
We found a shrunken head. It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
Ballard, for once, is off her game. She's looking off to the side. She's looking very confused. But being good with her will get us nowhere. So we have to do bad cop, because she's still holding out on us.
It's obviously some kind of movie prop. You must know where it came from.
In case you hadn't noticed, I am the talent. And the talent doesn't deal with props or sets or any of that kind of stuff. Why don't you ask Mark Bishop which prop house he uses?
She keeps talking about this character, Bishop. Mark Bishop is allegedly the one who drugged Miss Ballard and Miss Hamilton. So let's ask her more about him.
You mentioned a Mark Bishop. You think he might have had something to do with this?
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
Ballard doesn't seem to get that this is a police investigation. What happened to her and her niece was a crime. She doesn't seem to be taking us seriously, so we're going to have to play bad cop.
I want to know what happened between you two that made him want to commit a double murder.
Bishop offered me a part in his picture. Then he withdrew it. Fact is, we had a deal. I pressed him on it, and this is where I end up.
Mrs. McAfee, I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving hospital.
I'm going to be okay. These guys can take me home after my lawyer and I have talked to the news hounds.
Mrs. McAfee, you are still under the influence of narcotics, and you're likely to go into shock once the drugs wear off.
And I thought you were a heel. It's nice of you to be concerned.
I think we're good here. Let's go see what we can shake out of the kid.
And that was June Ballard, the actress, but not a very good liar. She wants this to be handled between her husband, and Mark Bishop, but that's not how this is going to go. Let's go and talk to Jessica Hamilton at Central Receiving.
KGPL to car 11K, 11 King. The car crash victim has regained consciousness at Central Receiving Hospital.
11K Roger, en route.
Ah, you're gonna...
We'll walk in and we'll talk to the nurse at the desk.
Hello, Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room right behind you, Detective.
We'll look to the right and
You can't
there's
hold
a
me
commotion.
No! I don't need to be manhandled by a doctor. I need my lawyer! Hey! Where is the telephone? Do you know who I am?
Whoa, okay. Let's go on in and check on Jessica Hamilton.
Feeling better since this morning, Jessica?
A little. My head still feels swimmy.
At the end of her bed is her doctor's report. Time in, 2:45. Patient's name, Jessica Hamilton. Age, 15. Consultant, Dr. Ellis Webley. Okay. Complaint, head trauma and soft tissue damage sustained in a car accident. Residual traces of coral hydrate in bloodstream. External bruising to genitals and other evidence of criminal abuse.
You're making me uncomfortable. Just standing around here looking at me, not saying anything.
So Jessica was criminally abused. We're going to have to talk to her about what happened.
Hello, Jessica. My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Let's first ask her about her account of the crash.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
And Jessica is lying. We know something happened yesterday. We're unfortunately going to have to accuse her.
Tell the truth, Jessica. Why the big cover-up?
I'm not lying to you.
As proof, we're going to use the evidence of abuse.
We found your underwear in your handbag, Jessica. You need to tell us what happened.
The doctor told me what happened. I didn't want that. I just wanted to be a star, to be in movies. I told Junie what happened, and she told me to toughen up. That was the price of stardom.
Did she now, cold-hearted bitch?
It's not Junie's fault. It's not my first time. I had a boyfriend back home, but my father found out about him.
Even if you consented, Jessica, you're still underage.
We're going to have to continue and ask her about her parents and how we can get in contact with them.
We need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
She's lying. Earlier we read the letter, so we're going to have to accuse her of lying.
You're lying, Jessica. How are we going to make this right if you lie to us?
Please, Detective, why would I lie to you?
Because you're a runaway, Jessica, and you don't have your parents' permission to be here. Now, do you want to tell me what really happened?
I went with Junie to this strange place. It's difficult to remember. Someone gave me a drink to calm my nerves, and then I felt faint. I think I must have passed out.
We heard June talk about Mark Bishop. We have to ask Jessica about her knowledge of Mr. Bishop.
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
Jessica, evaded answering the question. She knows more than she's letting on, and unfortunately, we have to play bad cop.
What's the story with Bishop and Mrs. McAfee? Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today. I mean, yesterday.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted the two of you over an escarpment?
I overheard Junie speaking to him on the phone a couple of times. Screaming, really. She can be very hard sometimes, Junie. But they seemed okay yesterday, like they worked it out.
And now it's time. We have to ask her about the abuse that happened yesterday.
I know what happened to you, Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
She's a young girl, and we're asking her to talk about something so traumatic to two strange men. So we'll be good cops in this.
Jessica, I really need you to help me here.
I remember the mermaid.
Was the mermaid in the movie too?
No, it was on the front of a building. We pulled up in front of the mermaid.
Thank you, Jessica. You've been a big help. Here's my card. If you think of anything or you need some help, just get in touch, okay?
Okay.
I think it might be a good idea if you went back home till you felt better, Jessica.
I couldn't do that, officer. What if I got the part and I wasn't there?
It's the tale of this town, Cole. Lambs that go willingly to slaughter. Who the hell is that?
Must be her lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her. There she goes. Come on.
We have to tail Ballard and her lawyer. And I do some of my best driving in this game thus far. Like, I'm sorry, I just get hyped when I actually drive how I'm supposed to drive in these games.
Ballard is definitely up to something. She seems to have made a remarkably speedy recovery. Get in there and see what she's up to.
We'll follow her inside the cafe. And once we enter, we'll go into incognito.
Baby? No! I don't want him taught a lesson. You know what I want. Well, then make someone else do it! You still know people out here, don't you? Then make some calls! I'm gonna be very clear about this. You get this done, or I'm... Wilson's Hotel. Mr. Mark Bishop, that son of a bitch, lives in apartment 803. Sure, I got the film.
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of trouble headed his way. I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh, shit. You better step on it.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
If you had any sense, you wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McCaffrey's wife in the first place. Or you've done the job properly. McCaffrey will break a fella's legs just for looking at his broad.
What did you make of the kid? You believe her story?
I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out.
So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill her?
Take the next left.
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2. KGPL clear. Continue to respond.
Gun it! Let's get to the apartment before someone gets hurt.
We'll put on our police sirens, and we get to Bishop's apartment as fast as we can.
You the cops? I tried to stop them. It's room 803, left out of the elevator.
Heading to the elevator, we go up.
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
And once we're out, we'll head to the left. And there's no use in knocking. We kick in the door, wave in the 4-4. Sorry. I'm back into my serious detective mode, I'm sorry. But we start to dance with this guy.
Goddamn. All right, if you really want to dance, shouldn't have.
And once we finish dancing with him, we'll take over Stefan's fight.
Are you injured, Mrs. Bishop?
I'm all right now. Those horrible, awful men.
Perhaps you should sit down, ma'am.
Yes. Forgive me, officers. I'm very flushed. I'll just sit down for a moment.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am. Take a moment while we look around.
Yes, thank you. Just look at this mess.
We'll search around the apartment before we talk to Mrs. Mark Bishop. The place is completely and utterly ransacked. They did this so quick.
Great Wall of Babylon. A replica of a replica.
Intolerance was a movie created by D.W. Griffith. I don't even know if I said his last name correct. He also infamously made the movie called The Birth of a Nation, which quite despicably depicted the KKK in a heroic, positive light. There were several controversial scenes in that movie, but that is another video. We move into the bedroom and we find something on the floor. Or, the only thing that we could interact with in this room.
What do you have to do to earn $20,000?
A check to Lorna Hopgood. We'll check out this huge saddle. Oh, gay cowboys.
Presented to Mark.
I guess that's a Brokeback Mountain reference? Or it could just been Happy Cowboys. I don't know. But anyway, Where did we see a cowboy movie being made? In the very beginning. I'll show you guys. And look there, that is Mark Bishop. And this is from Silver Screen Props. Is this a prop house that Mark Bishop uses frequently? We go back into the office and pick up a picture.
Looks like the old movie set downtown. Looks like we found our mermaid. Who are these men in the picture?
My husband, Mark, and Marlon Hopgood. They work together on occasion. That's Hopgood's shop.
Marlon Hopgood. Lorna Hopgood. It's getting thicker. The plot. And what's that in the back of the photo? The letters ERSC. If this is the prop house that gave Mark his saddle, then this is Silver Screen Prop House. Let's sit down and talk to Mrs. Bishop. Let's ask her if she has any idea on why she was attacked and her apartment ransacked.
Those men, I think they work for Guy McAfee. Do you know the name?
No. Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McAfee. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McAfee alleges that your husband tried to kill her and her friend last night. I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
And Mrs. Bishop looks smug. It looks like there's no one that is going to give us an easy time during this case. So we're gonna have to use bad cop.
June Ballard said she had a deal to be in his new picture.
Mark repeatedly told her no. He had Joan Leslie lined up for the role. That's how he got the finance. June made all kinds of threats. She was very rude to me.
You know June Ballard?
We were both on the same picture a few years back. That's how I met my husband.
Let's ask her if she knows where her husband is.
Where can we find your husband, ma'am?
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
And gone is the smugness. She's looking Cole in the eyes. Let's play good cop.
Either we find him or McAfee's people do, Mrs. Bishop. If you care for him, you should make sure that we find him first.
I do care for him. But I don't really know where he'd go if he were in trouble. Hopgood might know.
Let's ask about this check we found in the bedroom.
Why is your husband paying Lorna Hopgood $20,000?
Lorna? Marlon's ex-wife? Are you sure?
And these women might be actresses, but they are not good liars. Again, she's smug. And I'm just saying, if your husband puts a check in your bedroom, down like, whether it be on the dresser, the vanity, whatever, he puts a check down. I'm not a wife, but I can just imagine that my eyes would automatically be drawn to that check. Because, like, why is this hefty amount being made out to Lorna Hopgood? So she has, like, this was in her bedroom, so she has to have more information than what she's giving us. So, that was loud. So we'll accuse her.
You're lying, Mrs. Bishop. It's some kind of payoff. You know exactly what the money is for and who it's getting paid to.
Do I? Would you like to prove that, detective?
The check was in her bedroom, and she surely had to have seen it.
Your husband looks like he's being blackmailed. They obviously have something on him if he's prepared to kill to cover it up. Why is the payment going to Hopgood and not McAfee?
Lorna works at a check-cashing place in Hollywood. You need to ask Hopgood why he needs that much money in cash.
And let's ask her if she knows about her husband abusing young girls at casting calls.
Your husband was at a casting yesterday with a young girl?
Not that I know of. He told me he was looking at locations. The picture's been cast.
And again, she's smug, but she's looking off to the side. Her eyebrows are up, and she's painfully trying to keep eye contact, but she looks away. Looks like we're gonna have to do bad cop.
Jessica remembered a mermaid. The mermaid on the front of the prop store. You better come clean with me.
This is a sick town, Detective. Are you sure you really want to know? The truth is, my husband likes them young.
And you think that's okay?
I was 16 when I first met him. I thought he was a genius, a magician with film. I was 20 before I realized he was just a B-movie hack. But he's nothing compared to some of the monsters at these big studios. My guess is Ballard sacrificed her little friend. Happens to a lot of girls.
Your husband is in trouble. It could go easier for him if you were more helpful, Mrs. Bishop.
He's a big boy, Detective, and so are you. This is Hollywood. There's always a deal to be done.
It happens to a lot of girls. And from the way she said it, it appears that she knows firsthand. But let's make a call before we leave.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a location on a silver screen prop store.
Just a moment. Silver Screen Props, corner 3rd and Figueroa.
Thank you.
An aging movie star, a wannabe starlet, and movie producer's wife. They're finally rubbing shoulders with the almost rich and famous.
And from the stories they've given us, clearly none of them can act.
Mrs. Bishop knows more than she's letting on.
She doesn't seem to realize how much trouble her husband is in. The LAPD are the least of their worries right now.
You'd think she'd have gotten the hint after those hatchet men redecorated her apartment.
Maybe she's just loyal.
Or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad with nothing between the ears.
Or she might just be trying to buy enough time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and McAfee.
Any unit in the vicinity, see the man on 211 just occurred. 3rd and Hill Street. Stand by for further. Unit to handle code 3 at.
And we make it to Silver Screen Props. Let's head in.
Phelps and Bukowski, LAPD. We're investigating the attempted murder of June Ballard and Jessica Hamilton.
Christ! I'm Marlon Hopgood. How can I help?
You hold castings here?
How'd you hear about that? I got a little soundstage out back.
Lead the way.
We'll follow Mr. Hopgood to the back.
Keep him here, Stefan. I'm going to take a look around.
What's this got to do with me?
Don't try my patience, knucklehead.
We'll search the soundstage. Let's go back through this door. And I guess this is where girls get ready for... Let's open the door. And we see something in the back, but we can't interact here. And here's the evidence that Jessica was abused here.
Doping a 15-year-old kid and abusing her in a screen test. What is wrong with these people?
Something is weird about this mirror.
Turn off the lights, Hopgood.
Why would I want to do that?
Humor him.
One-way mirrors. There's a room on the other side.
Huh. Well, well. Find a way into that peep den, Phelps. I'll stay here and keep our pervert company. It can't be that way, Phelps. You couldn't fit a rat through there.
We'll go back to the bathroom, and we can obviously see that this is a one-way mirror, but we can't get them to turn off the lights for this one. On this table is a newspaper that will tell us what's happening in the world of LA Noire while Cole Phelps is solving cases. Dope flood.
Listen, I have to call you back. I got some business here.
Sit down, Courtney. This is Mickey. Mickey, this is Courtney Sheldon. What would you like to drink?
Scotch. Straight up.
I hear you're back at school learning to be a doctor, kid.
Yes. That's right, Mr. Cohen.
So you want to be a doctor and a dope peddler. Interesting combination, huh?
Do we have a problem, Mr. Cohen?
We might have, yeah. Selling your dope to my boy Lenny looked like a good move, but Lenny has been supplying, wholesale, so to speak. The Bindle boys in this town aren't used to the juice without a little of the middleman taking his cut.
Lenny promised that wouldn't happen, Mr. Cohen. And Lenny works for you.
What can I say about Lenny? Let me think. Oh yeah, he's a putz. And he's lazy, and he's greedy, but he's my wife's brother. And how can you make a cake with those ingredients, huh?
So how is that my problem, Mr. Cohen?
Well, kid, the only way we're going to be able to make this work is to do some repackaging. We need to get the dope out of those dinky little cardboard boxes and...
Surrettes.
Yeah, Surrettes. Great. We can put it into a big vat so we can water it down a little bit.
I won't bore you with the chemistry, but it doesn't work that way. You're likely to kill even more people.
Okay, listen. We want to buy you out, kid. I'll offer you 50 grand. Hey. Hey! You don't like my offer? The Sheldon kid? I think I want him dead.
Oh no, Courtney, what did you do? Mickey Cohen was a real person. He ran the Italian mob on the West Coast for many years. But in LA Noire, it seems like Courtney made a deal with Mickey's brother-in-law, and that deal has been killing innocent people, and it's attracting too much attention. But instead of Mickey listening to Courtney about how his way of watering down the Surrettes is going to get even more people killed, therefore bringing even more attention and eyes to the situation, he decided he didn't want to listen and tried to buy Courtney out. But Courtney didn't go back and forth, he just left. And now it seems like Courtney is in big trouble. We'll look at the other table.
So this is where you sprang from.
This is almost the exact same head that was used to tamper with Mrs. Ballard's car. And as we turn to the left, we see that there's not something quite right with this wall. It's lacking real dimension. We'll head into this back room, and on the left is a cabinet. And on that cabinet is a film canister named Mark Bishop and Jessica Hamilton.
So what happened to the film of Hamilton's screen test?
If we remember correctly, we heard June Ballard say this.
Sure, I got the film.
She has the film, and this is the film. She was talking about a snuff film of Jessica's abuse, her niece's abuse. We'll look next to the cabinet.
Jungle Drums, 8th and Francisco. Attention, Mark Bishop.
And we have another place where Bishop might be hiding. And here is what we were seeing in the bathroom. This is disturbing, but it's even more disturbing that this has actually happened before and continues to happen in real life. But we'll walk back and we'll confront Marlon Hopgood. We'll ask Marlon about his connection with Mark Bishop.
You ever do any work for Mark Bishop?
Mainly do work for the studios. RKO, Republic, Warner Brothers. So yeah, when Bishop is doing work for a studio, yes.
When did you last see him?
Now I'm doing work for his next picture. Still pre-production though. Haven't seen him around here in a while.
He's lying because Bishop was here yesterday. We'll use the drugs we found.
I know you're lying, Hopgood. Bishop was here and you know exactly what he was doing and what he left lying around afterwards.
You come in here without a warrant and now you start throwing your weight around?
A 15-year-old girl told me how she was drugged and molested at a casting house. I found the chloral hydrate in your drinks cabinet. You give me something or I will break your fucking jaw, Hopgood.
Bishop was here with June Ballard and the girl. A lot of producers and directors use this place. I'm not responsible for what goes on here.
Let's ask him if he knows where Bishop is now.
McAfee's men are looking for Bishop. We need to find him first. Any idea where he might have gone to ground?
If he really tried to kill McAfee's wife, my advice to him would be to leave town.
And he's looking Cole straight in the eye, and he's standing natural, so as much as it disgusts me, we'll play good cop.
You're delivering props to Jungle Drums on 8th Street?
Bishop is using that old rundown wreck of a set. That place is dangerous. But it might be a good spot to hide.
Let's ask him about his relationship with Ballard.
What's the deal with you and June Ballard?
Look, buddy, I make props. I hardly ever meet the talent unless it's something tailor-made for them, like a sword or something.
Oh, and that's a lie, because we know that June Ballard has the film of Jessica's abuse. And how else would she get the film if it wasn't from Marlon Hopgood?
You and Ballard are blackmailing Bishop. That's why he cracked.
You got nothing on me. My hands are clean on this.
And as proof, we'll use the empty film canister.
Enough! I've been in your peep room, Hopgood. I've seen your smut pictures and the camera setup. You made a movie of Jessica. I found the canister.
The deal is I get to sell the movies to burlesque houses and private collectors. These movie guys love seeing their cocks on screen. But part of the arrangement is I never film their faces. June had me film Bishop, and then she kept the movie for insurance. He went apeshit when he realized his face was front and center.
Who has the film now?
Who else? McAfee.
Let's ask him more about this blackmail that...
Ballard had what she wanted. Where does the money come into it?
What money?
And he's lying because the check is made out to his wife, or at least ex-wife.
Enough of the lies.
I told you I get my cut selling dirty movies.
Your ex was getting 20 large from Bishop.
If I wanted to skim 20 from Bishop, we'd do it through the movie budget. June said she'd sell him the film once the movie had wrapped, but Guy wanted cash. He's in a cash-only business. You think I had a choice in this?
That's all for now, Hopgood. We're taking you in.
Phelps. Roy Earl, advice. Hold on a moment. This is clearly a vice case. You've been roughing up my informant?
Hopgood is a vice informer?
Yes, he is, Phelps, and a very important one. Look at that mug. Have you been upsetting these two officers, Marlin?
So we just drop it?
You do if you know what's good for you. You need to catch the movie producer before an angry husband does, from what I'm hearing.
I'll be making a full report to the captain, Detective.
You do that, kid. We're all very impressed with you.
Let it slide, Cole. Let's get out of here.
Detectives.
Johnny Goldberg. You work for Mickey C.
That's right, detectives.
You wouldn't happen to know the guys who roughed up Mrs. Bishop earlier today by any chance?
No, not us. We don't do that kind of thing. It's the husband we'd like to talk to.
This is a police matter. You don't want to be taken in for obstruction of justice, do you, boys?
You could try the obstruction rap, but it won't stick. We could beat that.
You've had your 10 cents worth, gentlemen.
Bishop knows how the world works. Mrs. McAfee hits him up for a movie part. Happens every day. But Bishop takes it a step too far and tries to rub out Mrs. McAfee. Naturally, Guy is going to get upset.
What made you think Bishop would be here?
We figure he might be planning a little accident for Hopgood, too. Those two guys have got some unfinished business. You let us know if you find Bishop. Guy McAfee can be a very generous man.
I'm only going to warn you once, gentlemen. Stay out of this. This is a police matter. We will be bringing Mark Bishop into custody.
At least he's polite. Kind of dumb, but polite.
But I'm a lot less polite, you smug son of a bitch. So let me put it in ruder terms that even a pair of blockheads like you might understand. The only reason that you don't have bars on your windows already is because you're small fry. And we don't waste our time on small fry. You stay away from Bishop, and you stay away from me. Is that clear enough for you, asshole? Now run along back to your boss so we can pat you on the head and tell you what good boys you are.
I don't think they like your little pep talk, Bukowski.
It looks like we're in a shootout. They ran me over! They ran me over! They ran me over!
Let's see him chase us now. Onto the movie set, Phelps. Let's roll.
Oh, Christ. When they say working traffic is like watching paint dry.
You know how to piss people off, Bukowski.
Hey, if they're prepared to gun down cops in broad daylight, McAfee really means business.
Seems like we're the only ones who want Bishop alive.
I have a good mind just to let him go work on the son of a bitch. I'm about done putting my life on the line to protect some child molester.
That's our job, unfortunately. They don't get to dole out the justice.
There's the slippery bastard now.
No. God damn it!
Get him, Phelps. I'll cover the exit.
Now we're running again. We're running, we're a track star.
Mark Bishop, stop! LAPD!
We're running, we're a track star. I'm sorry. But we follow Mark Bishop.
We're trying to help you, Bishop.
This is all a big mistake.
It's us or McAfee's boys. Your choice.
I didn't do anything.
We jump across beams. We have the floor beneath our feet crumble.
Bishop, that's enough. Don't make this any harder on yourself, Bishop.
Mark Bishop runs into a...
Hands in the air, Bishop! Moving up!
Mark Bishop, you're under arrest for the attempted murder of June Ballard and the rape and attempted murder of Jessica Hamilton.
All right, I'll come quietly. Just don't kill me. If you found me, then McAfee's goons will too. Oh, we need to get out of here.
All right, but you stay close. Any tricks, and I'll save McAfee's boys the trouble.
Follow me. I know another way out of this place.
We have no choice but to follow Mark Bishop down.
Christ, detectives are trying to kill me!
Last chance to back the hell down!
I'm gonna put holes in
McAfee doesn't make the rules. You hear me?
It's this way.
Grab this rifle that one of these hitmen dropped.
Kill them, for God's sake! I don't want to die!
LAPD, you're making a...
There's no way out of here. I thought you said you knew where you were going.
We have to jump for it.
And how did they even get on this side if there's, you know, it's video game logic. It's video
Is
game
this really the
logic.
best
They're supposed
McAfee's got?
Kill a cop, and it's the electric chair.
Come on, it's this way. Oh my God, they're everywhere. You have to get me out of here. This is insanity! For the love of God, how many are there? I don't want to die here. This is all down.
Really hurts.
The statue there. There's a ladder leading to the ground. There's an army of them. We're done for.
Get him over here, I'll cover you! Come on, the cavalry's here!
And because we like things to get active, but not too active, so we'll just, you know, shoot this barrel and blow some stuff up.
Follow me. We need to get him to the car.
Weapons on the ground, now! Find some cover!
Let's go! Stay
Get
with
into the
me!
car. I can cover you from here. You're almost there.
Stay in cover!
Follow me! Come on!
You're pretty brave for a kid.
All right, let's go. Now!
Now, this is what I call a result. Mark Bishop, erstwhile film producer and all-around piece of shit, catches a fast ticket to Quentin for stitch rape and attempted murder, so he gets to spend the next 15 years playing sissy instead of sticking it to little girls. That is justice with a capital J, Detective Phelps. You've developed such a reputation, I'm not going to be able to hold on to you any longer. You're getting promoted. Go on, get your new assignment. It was good working with you, son.
Phelps, Bukowski, this your work?
Can I help you, Detective?
Sorry, Cap. Didn't see you there.
Yeah, I'll bet you did. This is a traffic case. You need something?
I'm here to buy a drink for the 2 LAPD traffic cops who broke the back of Guy McAfee's private army. You don't have a problem with that, do you, Captain?
Go right ahead.
Get in. I'm buying. You'll like this place. A lot of movie people hang out here. You like jazz, Cole? The hopheads love it.
Sure, I guess.
Big bands and swing, I can understand, but this bebop palaver? How are you supposed to dance to that?
You can dance to it if you actually have rhythm.
This is Phelps, Leroy. Be nice to him. You'll like this place. They treat you right.
Would you like a table, Roy?
What do you think we want to do? Stand at the bar like
I'll
chumps?
get a table ready for you.
Don't look so happy to see me, Alphonse. I might get the wrong impression. Cole, this is Alphonse. He's a French Negro from Africa. Can you beat that?
The Congo.
A pleasure to meet you, Alphonse.
Is Elsa singing tonight?
Yes, she is. She has the next set.
Come on, Cole. You can meet Elsa while they're fixing us a table. You'll like her. She's something else.
Maybe another night, Roy. She's pretty beat up about it.
Get your hands off me. Don't ever tell me what to do or what not to do, Alphonse. You got a nice club here. Don't spoil it.
If you will follow me, detectives. Just through the door.
He was my only real friend, Harlan. We went through it all. Do you realize what he meant to me?
Of course I do.
You have no idea. You said it was construction work.
It was an industrial accident, Elsa. How can I be held responsible?
Elsa, are you going on?
Louis, for God's sake, he was my best friend. The only man who ever loved me without putting his hands on me.
Hi, Elsa. Here's someone I'd like you to meet. Cole Phelps, war hero and crime fighter extraordinaire.
And why would I want to meet another fascist from the LAPD?
Sorry about this, Cole. What an evening I'm having. First a Negro puts his hands on me, and then this. Who do you think you're talking to, you German junkie whore? Don't you ever forget your place with me again. Do you hear me? Evening, Doc. How's business?
Sanguine. Louis, help me here. I'm gonna have to give her something before her performance.
Blow it off, Cole. These artsy-fartsy types always get a little flighty. Meet Dr. Harlan Fontaine, doctor to the stars. Mr. Fix-It to the mental wreckage of Hollywood. So what about that drink, boys?
Was this justice? Yes, Mark Bishop is going away for a long time for attempted murder and the abuse of Jessica Hamilton. But as stated in the case notes, charges will not stick to Mr. or Mrs. McCarthy, but Bishop's career is officially over. June sacrificed her niece for a role in a movie, and she won't face any consequences for it. McCarthy's men literally tried to gun down 2 police officers, and he won't face any consequences for it. Jessica Hamilton faces a lifetime battle with the trauma that was inflicted by Mark Bishop, Marlon Hopgood, and June Ballard, and only one of those 3 are being punished. And then Mark Bishop's wife, she herself is a victim who married her abuser. She was 16 when she first met Bishop, and to make herself feel better, she views Bishop as the lesser evil because he's not as bad as some of these other creeps in Hollywood. And what happens to her after all of this? She was attacked. She is now forever connected to Bishop, and her fate is unknown. Mark Bishop is a predator, an abuser, a creep who has abused a countless number of girls. And what about Marlon Hopgood? Is he going to be able to continue to run these sexual assault dens, moonlighting as screen testing? Marlon Hopgood is going to be able to sleep without bars on his windows because he's an informant for Vice, so he won't face consequences for facilitating the rape of so many girls. This was not justice. This was one creep brought down. One creep who will soon be replaced by another. The only people I feel bad for are Jessica Hamilton and Miss Bishop. Although Mrs. Bishop likes to delude herself into believing she wasn't a victim in order to cope with the abuse she experienced. She deludes herself into viewing it as a normal thing because it happens every day in Hollywood. Heck, it happens every day all over the world. This case leaves me angry. A young girl's life is forever changed because her aunt wanted a film role so badly that she was never going to get anyway. She sacrificed her flesh and blood for a movie role. Sometimes life is like this. There is no happy ending. There is no ending that gives you some type of peace. And that's a bitter pill to swallow. But sadly, we can't focus on this case for too long because Cole Phelps has now been promoted to the homicide desk. And that's what we've been hearing from so many people. When you make the homicide desk, you know you made it. We hear it in the hallways of Central.
Yeah, I want to make homicide.
Cole is now in the big leagues, but you have to remember, the higher you rise, the further you fall. And Cole soon will realize that there's a lot more politics and police work than he would like to admit. And most of the time, the optics of how things look to the public and the politics of the inner workings of the police is more important than the justice for victims. But this was the traffic desk, and we leave our partner, Stefan Bukowski. He is one of my favorite partners in LA Noire. He's hot-headed, he's combative, he's willing to call out and tell it to him straight. He's all heart, and he has the passion for justice. And if you're feeling a little bit sad about saying goodbye to Stefan Bukowski, just know this isn't a goodbye. Just to see you later, because this isn't the last time we'll be seeing him. But that is it for me in this video, and I am so nervous because we are moving into the homicide desk, and the homicide desk in LA Noire just gives me so much anxiety. So, but for you, I'm gonna truck through it, I'm gonna get through it, I'm gonna put on my big girl pants, and I'm gonna work it out. But I am so thankful that you made it through this video. You made it through like my little rant at the end, because I was literally like actually like thinking about it deeply, like actually having to write the script and like thinking about it more deeply. I'm like, I'm actually really mad. I'm actually really mad because there was no real justice. Yes, Mark Bishop is being sent to jail, but there's so many other people that need to be sent to jail right along with them. And then like we don't even know if Jessica ever went back home or if her parents were contacted. I've seen other playthroughs where people like villainize Mark Bishop's wife, but in my eyes, she is a victim herself that has deluded, like that has somehow coped with what has happened with her, and like this sick and twisted like mindset of like the world in Hollywood. And so I'm not saying she deserves like a lot of sympathy, but she deserves some sympathy because her view of right and wrong, her view of morals were skewed at such a pivotal age, such an age where young men and women are still discovering themselves and discovering who they want to be and discovering their beliefs. And she obviously had something traumatic happen to her at 16. But that is it for me. I don't want to get you down. I just love that I didn't have anybody else like to talk like with about like video games with. Like my friends, they're just not into it. So like being able to talk about video games, these cases with you guys, I am enjoying it so much. I hope you are enjoying these videos as much as I'm enjoying making them, producing them, and getting them out to you, because like I'm smiling every time I get to the end of like a video, because I'm just so thankful that you are here with me. You chose to you clicked on this video. You listened to me yap. You chose this video and you chose to spend your valuable time that you could have been watching anything else. You chose to sit here and listen to me watch my video, and you don't know how grateful that makes me. So I leave you with some words. I'm not religious. I'm probably gonna have to stop saying that, because I just want you to know that this is not me pushing any beliefs onto you. I just want to give you good energy throughout your day. I hope that you are brought love, light, luck, and positivity. Because you being here, you clicking on this video, you commenting, you subscribing, you liking, has brought love, light, luck, positivity into my life. And you have no idea how grateful I am for that. Making these videos, literally is a bright spot in my day. So I just thank you for making it possible for me to do this. And I just want to thank you. Thank you so much. And I'll let you go. I'll stop yapping. Desi Fines is signing off. Bye.